Hey guys, welcome back to Coding Stuff, and in this video we'll see how we can create nested expandable recycler view. And in the previous two videos we have created a nested recycler view and then expandable recycler view, and in this video we're gonna combine those two concepts. And yeah, so let me show you the app that we will be creating. So this is recycler view, you can call it parent recycler view. If I click on any item, let's just click on Android development. As you can see, the recycler view is expanded, and inside this card item we have one text view, image view, and another recycler view, which is grid recycler view. So let me click on front end web, back end. Yeah, so you can see this one is recycler view as well. So let me just minimize this. So the main activity is empty, activity main is empty. So let's just switch to the split mode, and instead of text view we will have the recycler view. I'll make its width as a 0 dp, and height will be 0 dp as well. And I'll delete this text view. Cool. So now in the main activity we'll have lead init var for our recycler view. So let's just name it as a parent recycler view, and uptype recycler view. Let's just find its id, but before we'll give it id. So the id parent recycler view, and we'll go up on the main activity. We'll find the id of parent recycler view. So find your id r.id dot parent recycler view. We'll set some properties to it. So set has fixed size, we'll make it true. We'll have the layout manager for this. So parent recycler view dot layout manager, we'll use linear layout manager, and we'll pass the context this. Cool. So what we need is we need two model class, two adapters, and two recycler view for child recycler view and parent recycler view. So first of all, let me just walk you through the layouts that I have prepared. So child item, it is pretty simple. So I have used this material card view. Inside that I have constraint layout, another card view for image, and then image, and then the text view. This one is pretty simple. And then the parent item. So parent item is, we have one material card view, then the constraint layout. Inside this constraint I have another constraint and one recycler view, which is child recycler view, as you can see. So inside this constraint simply we have card view and the image view, then the text view. So I'll be providing source code in the description box, so if you want you can just copy this XML from there. So let me just close this, and first of all we'll create two model class or two data class. So I'll select data class, and this will be child item, and we'll have val title of type string, then we have image of type int, because we will be using drawables for this tutorial. Again, you can use images from the REST API or Firebase, it's totally depends on you. Just for the tutorial purpose I have selected some raw images from the drawable. Cool. So this one is the child item, it is pretty simple as you can see. So now we will create on the package, and we'll create another data class for our parent item. So parent item, so the first parameter will be val title of type string, image of type int, and then we'll have the child item list. So child item list of type array list child item. Cool. Then we'll have another parameter which is expandable, and we'll make it false. This one is boolean. Let's just keep it as a var, and let's just specify the type. So this one is the expandable, which is boolean. So we'll need this variable in the future, I'll explain you there in the adapter class. Cool. So let's just create a adapter class for our parent item. So I'll name it as parent RecyclerView adapter. Cool. So we'll pass a list here, private val parent item list, type list of parent items. Cool. And then this class will extend or inherit from the RecyclerView dot adapter class. In this we need to pass the inner class. So let's just create it. So class, or we can name it, we can make it inner class as well. So inner class parent RecyclerView we can just name it as a parent RecyclerView holder, and we need to pass the item view here. So item view of type view, and this class will inherit from the RecyclerView dot view holder. We need to pass item view there. Cool. So now let me just close the project view. We need to pass this one here. So parent recycler adapter, parent RecyclerView holder. Now this is giving us error, so we need to implement three methods of the RecyclerView adapter. Alt enter and implement methods. We need to implement these three methods on create view holder, on bind view holder, and get item count. Cool. So inside the get item count, what we need to do, we just need to return the list size. So parent item list dot size, and inside the on create view holder will inflate the layout. So val let's just name it as view. This will be equals to layout inflator dot from parent dot context, and then dot inflate dot layout dot parent item, parent as a view group, and then false as attached to root. Then we need to return the parent RecyclerView holder, and we need to pass this view that we just inflated. So in this parent RecyclerView holder class, what we'll do, I'll just find the IDs of our widgets in the layout. So let's just open the layout. We have the text view and this image view. So val parent image view of type image view, this will be equals to item view dot find by id dot id dot parent logo iv. I'll duplicate this. This will be parent title of type text view, and its id will be parent title tv. Then we need id of child RecyclerView. So child RecyclerView of type RecyclerView, this will be equals to item view find by id dot id dot child RecyclerView. Cool. So now we need to work on this on bind view holder. Here first of all we'll create one object of parent item. This will come from parent list of the position that we get passed in the bind view holder, this one. Cool. So first of all let's just have access to the holder. We'll set the title and image view. So title text will be parent item dot title, then holder dot parent image view, set image resources dot, we can get it from parent item, sorry, dot the image. Now we'll have access to our RecyclerView, which is child RecyclerView. So we'll set some properties to it, like set has fixed size. Then we'll set the layout manager. So child RecyclerView dot layout manager. So we will use grid layout manager here. We need to pass two parameters. So here we'll pass holder dot item view dot context, and then another parameter which is spam count. So I'll pass 3. So now we need to create another adapter for our child RecyclerView. So I'll go to the project view, I'll click on the package name, then I'll create new Kotlin class. This will be child RecyclerView adapter. So this adapter will be simple. Let me just pause the video and I'll write the code and I'll explain it to you. So this class is done. As you can see, we need to pass the list in the constructor of this class. Then similarly in our class, which is view holder, we are finding the IDs of the widgets. Then in onCreate view holder, we are inflating the child item. Then in onBind view holder, we are simply setting the data, and in the get item count, we are returning the list. Cool. So now we'll go to the parent recycler view adapter. What we'll do, we'll create one adapter, and this will be child recycler view adapter. We need to pass the child list here. So parent item will get the list from the parent item dot child item list, and this will be happy. Then holder dot child recycler view dot adapter equals to adapter, and that's it. Cool. So everything is done. Now we just need to work on expandable functionality. So in here, I'll just have one comment: expandable functionality. Cool. So first of all, I'll create one val which will be is expandable, and this will be equals to parent item dot is expandable, and then we'll play with the visibility of the child recycler view. So visibility, this will be equals to if the is expandable is true, then view dot visible, else view dot gone. Cool. So if the is expandable is true, we'll make it visible, and if not, then we'll make it gone. So we want to expand our child recycler view. When we click on, let's just move to the parent item. So when we click on this constraint layout, which contains parent items contained like text and title and logo. So when we click on this constraint layout, we'll just make our child recycler view visible, or we'll make it expandable. So yeah, for that we need to find ID of our constraint layout as well. So constraint layout equals, this will be of type constraint layout, and this will be equals to item view find view ID r dot constraint layout. Cool. So in here, holder dot constraint layout set on click listener. So the logic inside this set on click listener will be parent item dot is expandable. We'll just reverse it. So parent item dot is expandable. So if any item is expanded, we will collapse it, and if any item is not expanded, we'll expand it. So that's the simple logic there. We need to call the notify item change method here. We'll pass the position. Cool. Okay, so guess we have done pretty much stuff here, but we need to do one thing. I'll explain you that later when we run our app for the first time. So I'll open the main activity and I'll call one function here which will be prepare data. We'll create one list here. So private, we'll name it as parent list. Late in it var as well. So this will be of type array list, of type parent item. We'll initialize it over here. So parent list equals to array list. This will be happy. Then we'll create this function over here just after the on create view. On create, not on create view. So in here, what we need to do, so in here we'll prepare our data. So parent list dot add, and in here we need to pass the parent item which takes title, image, child item list, and is expandable parameter. So what we will pass here first will be game development. So for the image, I'll use r.drawable.console. Yeah, this one. Then I need to pass the array list of child items. So first of all, we need to create array list of child items. So val child item 1 items 1, I can name it like that. this will be equals to array list of child items. Cool. Then we'll add some data to it. So child items dot add child item, we need to pass the title, so I'll pass C language there, and then the logo, so C. Cool. I'll just duplicate it few times, and this will be okay, this will be C++, C++. Cool. Then we'll use Java here, so Java, then Java. Cool. We'll use C sharp. Guess that will be it. Then we can pass these child items over here, so child items 1, and this will be happy. So now I'll pause the video and I'll add rest of the data. Cool. So I have added child item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I added 5 items to this parent list. As you can see, backend web, AI, front-end, Android, and yeah, the game development as well. So just after this, we will initialize the adapter. So well, adapter equals to parent RecyclerView adapter, and we need to pass the parent list there. So parent list, then we can just set this RecyclerView with this adapter. So adapter. Cool. So now I'll run the app and we'll see it's working or not. So the app has been installed, and let me just click on the game development. So as you can see, it is expanded, and if I click on it again, so it is collapsed. Android development, it is expanded. So this one is working, but the problem with this is if I click on front-end web, this will also expand, and this will also expand. If I click on AI, this will also expand. So we can do one thing here. If we want to expand any item, we'll make sure rest of the items are collapsed. So for that, we just need to create one function. So in the parent RecyclerView adapter, in here I'll call one function which will be is any item expanded, and we'll pass the position there. We'll create that function over here. So private fun is any item expanded, will receive the position, so position of type int. Cool. And in here I'll create one temp variable. So while temp, this will be equals to, will iterate through parent item list, so index first, which will give us the results based on this condition. So it dot is expandable, this will give us the first result which will match this condition. So after that, what we will do, I'll check if the temp is greater than or equal to 0, which means it is valid. Then I'll check if the temp is not equals to the position that we get passed, means it is not the item that has been clicked. We want to make sure that other items are collapsed when new item is expanded. Cool. So in this if condition, what we'll do, parent item list will pass the temp there, and is expandable, will make it false, and then we can simply call notify item change, will pass the position which is temp. Cool. So we needed this position just to make sure that the item we want to click, that should not be collapsed. We want other items to be collapsed, so for that we are checking if this temp is not equal to position. Yeah, means the rest of the views will be collapsed if we click on the new item. So yeah, let's just try to run the app again and we'll see it's working or not. So it is installed. Let me click on Android development, and now I'll click on front end. So yeah, this one is collapsed. Let me click on the backend web, and yeah, so I guess you have seen some lagging. That's because of the my PC, not the device. So the app is working fine, and you can find the source code in the description box. So if you like the tutorial, you can subscribe to the channel. So yeah, that's it. Do subscribe, and thank you for watching.